All right. Welcome back to the Torch of Liberty, you guys. Over the last few months, both of us have been a little busy. The last time we posted, I was still going through school, studying for finals, and I did well through my first year, so I'm glad about that. Kind of took a little bit of my time. And then over the summer break, I got engaged, which has been exciting, and I've been checking out wedding venues and looking into all the details that go into planning a wedding. So that's taken quite a bit of my time. And then just with our work schedules between the two of us, it's been hard to find time to come together. And since we're both here in Spokane, it's better to do the video while we're present together, and we just hadn't made the time for it in the past. But we wanted to bring you this video as a little update and something of a proof of life that we're both alive and breathing and okay. It'd been, I think, at this point about 4 months since our last post, so we thought it about time to come together and make another video for you guys before a little situation that he'll explain here in a second. But while we're both here together in Spokane to bring you guys this video.
Most definitely. So yeah, I've been going through a little bit of financial trouble, so I had to put my head down and get to work, getting back to that matrix rat race. But, grinding really hard to get back to financial stability. So now that that's all taken care of, we can start making more videos. It's not going to be on a daily basis. I do plan on moving to California here in the next few days. So you won't see videos like this, but we will be making videos maybe on Zoom call, on Skype, whatever the case may be. It'll be LA on this side, Spokane on this side. But we're still going to bring all the information to you guys. We have so much to share with y'all. I know it's been a long time, but we are not going to give up. The torch of liberty is always going to be fired up. We're ready to come to you guys with as much information as possible when it comes to commercial, living in private, government, current events. We're going to bring that information, lay it all out. We're going to get through this together. So it's been a process, doing things like this. It's not going to be perfect all the time, but we're going to do our best and bring this information to you guys as diligently as we can. So we're here.
Oh yeah, like he said, we'll probably be on Zoom calls where it'll be split some way or another, where we'll still make time to bring you guys videos. And definitely after he moves and gets his work set up and everything, we'll figure out a schedule that works well. I'll be returning for my second year of school here at the end of September. So I'm sure I'll be wanting to study a lot and do well through my electrical courses then. I wouldn't say it gets more intense, but just more in depth, a lot of studying required, a lot of reading. So I'll be doing all that then. But like you said, there is a lot more that we have to bring to you. We did cover the basics so far of commercial law, common law, trust law, but we haven't really developed and expanded on the points that really relate it back to just the everyday Joe Blow, like us living here, working jobs. Because when we tell you it is relevant and important, we're not just saying that you guys look into law and go to law school. Like that's exactly what we don't want you guys to do. It doesn't take financial loans and Harvard Law School to teach you guys what we've learned over time. Another exciting thing that's been going on is the second part of the Birthright movie has already began to premiere. I believe the first one was in Texas, if I'm not mistaken. I've been staying updated with that online. I got my fingers crossed it comes back to Spokane, but no guarantees. And with that, it goes deeper into what it was showing from the first film, um, which I was actually fortunate enough to stay updated to the point where I saw they were releasing DVDs. So I actually purchased myself one and one for him, and then surprised him one day. And I still remember that I came over with it and I told him like a week or two prior, I was like, I got a surprise for you. And then when I met him next, I had a bag of cookies just because like I forgot how I got the cookies, but I just had a bag of cookies. So then when I showed up, I was like, okay. And he's like, I'm going to shut my eyes. I want to guess. And I handed him a bag of cookies and he felt it for a bit. And he's like, and then he opened his eyes. He's like, it's cookies. And I was like, yeah, that's not the surprise. Shut your eyes again. So then he shut his eyes and I handed him the wrapped DVD in its case and everything. And he was feeling it for a while. And he's like, what's this? And then he opened his eyes and it was the film that we went to go and see here in Spokane. And I was just, I'm glad that I was fortunate enough to get my hands on a copy. I'll definitely be watching that into the future. And anytime any of my friends or family have questions about it, I'd be happy to rewatch that film because it explained a lot. And that's part of what we want to get into on this platform, on the various platforms, I guess, on our channel, to bring you guys evidence and just everything that goes into the situation we're in now, because it is so important. And that's what we want to bring you here on this channel.
And most definitely, if you haven't seen that film yet, I highly recommend it. It's a Birthright film, and the part two that's out right now, I would implore you to go do your research and find out where it's being aired at, and if it's going to your town, your city, definitely go see it because it's profound. It'll show you the truth and the layout of how our country was operating and how we can remove ourselves from the corruption and bring ourselves back to sovereignty. So it's very profound information, and it's stuff that everybody needs to see, no matter who you are. I don't care if you black, brown, purple, yellow, green, doesn't matter who you are. You need to know that you're sovereign. And these videos, these DVDs, they will map out, for the most part, everything that you need to know on the surface level. And there's so much more information that goes into this type of stuff. It'll open your mind to new things and things that you should already know, but has been hidden from you by our overlords at the White House. And I'm talking about, I don't want to get too deep into that. For the ones that know what I'm talking about,
Yeah, and if I had to explain it simply, it'd be like how when this country was founded and we operated on bartering in a lot of places, you could go to the local market, trade your tomatoes for deer meat or rabbit skin for horseshoes or whatever. Then there is silver and gold coin, which is a very good form of money. And then there's the Federal Reserve banknotes, debt notes. It is that important of an aspect in your everyday life, as though if you were born 300 years ago, 400, 500, 600 years ago, and you were a farmer or a shoemaker or a candle maker or a fisherman, and you would make something of value and be able to trade it with your neighbor, versus now you go sell shoes at the Nike store, make shoes at the Nike sweatshop, whatever it may be, work at a warehouse, work as a package car driver. We all get paid in Federal Reserve notes. That is a big aspect of our life that some people just don't even think about. Whereas people who are interested in history and interested in justice and what is right and how things were 500 years ago, they know that there wasn't always the Federal Reserve, whereas now there is the Federal Reserve and everyone gets printed debt notes, printed banknotes, and that's how we operate in commerce. So I wouldn't just pin it on that as that's the main thing or the only thing with what we have to tell you, but that is one of the major things that we are going to dive into. And when we say that it affects your life, it's not just some arbitrary, like, oh, George Washington thought it should be like this, and Thomas Jefferson thought it should be like this, and how can one man change the modern day US into the US that the founding fathers believed it should be? It's not like just some arbitrary thing where you have no power over it. It is literally like you go to work for what? For money, and then take that money and go buy shoes, cereal, lettuce, whatever. It is something that is really a part of all of our lives, but it's not just the money. It's every aspect of the commercial world that they have laid upon everyday life. And we'll definitely be bringing you a lot more videos that dive into it in depth. But it's things like that that you should think about and really feel. And if you care at all, you should stay tuned.
Most definitely. And we ain't going anywhere. This information is going to be right on this channel. So tune in. We're going to bring these videos and we're going to bring this information to you as diligently as we can, whether that's going to be a day from now, a week from now, maybe a month from now. You never know what's going to happen out here in this life, but we're always going to bring that information to you, and we're going to work on this together. Peace, love, and prosperity to all you out there. We love you. Torch of Liberty, signing off.